What's going on, Jam Fam? So if you were having a life and you weren't sitting on your couch watching the Brawl Stars World Finals, then you might have missed the fact that they announced a new brawler. And that new brawler is going to be Miko, and he's going to be coming in the December update. And today, I just want to talk about everything we know about Miko from what they showed and talked about in the clips, from what I noticed from those clips, and what I think about the brawler overall. So let's get into it. First things first, Miko's going to be the third brawler in the Brawlywood trio, so he's going to be rounding out that trio with Lola, Gray, and himself. So if you care about that stuff, there you go. Next thing, Miko's main attack is going to be a jump and then a slam. It does AoE damage, and it looks like when he lands on people, it does 2,180 damage at max level. That's actually a very good amount of damage for an assassin brawler like Miko. That's actually a lot more than Mortis, and it's about the same amount as Edgar's one-shot total. So he's gonna be pretty good at just like getting in, doing a lot of damage, and getting out. So as far as Miko's HP, from what I can tell, at max level, he's gonna have 6,000. Now, this is actually a lot lower than Edgar. It's a lot lower than Mortis, and the only other brawler I can find that has 6,000 exact is Sprout, which is not good company to be in with if you are an assassin brawler. And then as far as Miko's super goes, he jumps super high in the air, and after a short period of time, he slams back down and deals damage. Now, the thing about this super is that Marzio said this is supposed to do massive damage.
When he lands, it deals massive damage. Massive damage. Massive damage.
But from what I can tell, the only clip where he actually lands on people, he's only dealing 2,380 damage with the super. And the thing about that is, he had 7 power cubes when he jumped, so that means he's buffed up quite a bit, and he's still only dealing 200 more damage than his regular attack with his super. That's not massive damage at all. That's like nothing. He has 7 power cubes, and he's only doing an extra 200 damage from his main attack. So I don't think this super is going to be massive damage like Marzio claims. Now, as far as the number of clips, there's really not a lot to go off of, so I couldn't really figure out what his gadgets or star powers might be just from what they showed. So I'm going to transition into talking about what I think about the brawler at the moment, and you guys can let me know what you think about that as well. So let's talk about that really quick, and then we'll wrap up. So first off, I think his design is really cool. He seems like he's got a lot of swagger, and I like his drip, and he seems like he's a bit of a cocky monkey. So I really think that he's going to be a really like cool brawler personality-wise. Next up, his HP is a little bit low, but that's definitely going to be balanced out by the fact that he is the most mobile brawler out of anything we've ever seen, even more mobile than Mortis. He's gonna be able to jump over walls, he's gonna be able to jump over water, and it's just gonna be like super nice. So like when you do get into a pinch, you can just use your attacks to get out, and if anything, your super is a get out of jail free card. You just hit that, he jumps up, and then you just, you know, go to your side of the map and get away from the enemies. One concern I do have, though, is the fact that they have complained in the past about Mortis's mobility being a problem when balancing the brawler.
Certain brawlers that are more difficult to balance than others?
Yes. So Mortis, I think it's because his attack is tied to his movement. So if we buffed him too much or increased his reload speed, he could dart across the map super fast. And if you go 1 inch beyond the right amount, he's incredibly overpowered.
And I don't see how that aspect isn't going to apply to Miko here, because, you know, if you can't balance Mortis because of his mobility and you don't want to, like, you know, buff his reload speed or nerf his reload speed because that changes how the brawler actually functions, Miko's going to have the exact same problem. So if you're not going to, if you couldn't figure Mortis out, how are you going to figure this brawler out? That's my concern. Now, the next concern I have is this brawler super. Now, like I said, from what I could tell in the live stream, he had 7 power cubes when he jumped up in the air with his super. And when he landed, he only dealt an extra 200 damage compared to his normal attack. And the fact that his super is going to deal so much less damage than his main attack, that's kind of crazy to me. And honestly, it really makes it only mobility, and it kind of leaves you like wondering like what's kind of the point of that. If he's going to deal no damage with his super, it's basically just another mobility thing in his kit. Now, I'm not trying to complain at all. I do think this brawler is going to be very good. I think he's going to be extremely mobile. He's going to be hard for enemies to hit, and he's going to be like getting in, getting kills, moving around all over the place, that type of stuff. So he's going to be very good in those regards. But like I said, him having his super just deal like no damage and basically just be like another get out of jail free card for him, it kind of is annoying in my opinion. I kind of wish that like his super would be like a big whack, or like it would like imbue his attacks with like damage over time or something like that. Something different, because honestly, it just being another form of mobility is a little lazy, and I would like to see something a bit more out of it. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just like a display error on the dev build, and he actually does do massive damage, and we see that in the actual Brawl Talk if they talk about him more there. But as of right now, the fact that he had 7 power cubes and only dealt like 200 more damage than his normal attack, that raises a red flag for me, and I'm not like a big fan of that personally. But one thing we do know is that everybody who plays during the Brawl Days is going to be getting Miko for free, so we're all going to get our hands on him, we're all going to play him, we're all going to test him, we're either going to fall in love with him or hate him or somewhere in between. But let me know what you think about Miko down in the comments. Let me know if you're excited, let me know if you're not excited, let me know if you like the Brawler or not. But that's going to do it for this one. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.